Pushpa is associated with Tarun Vikas Sansthan, a grassroots organization working in Bangla. She is engaged in working on maternal health rights. Fahmida Malik is the founder and managing trustee of a small voluntary organization, Sambodh Trust in Gujarat. They are actively involved in working for the upliftment of the marginalized families in the Vatwa region of Ahmedabad. T. Raj is associated with Child Watch, an organization working on the child rights in Tamil Nadu. He works on child rights and child development issues. Gulab Noor Khan works with Seva Mandir in Rajasthan. He has extensively worked on issues of governance and development. S. Jamir works with Center for Research, Documentation and People's Action. She is engaged in working on issues of human rights of the disadvantaged children in Nagaland. Vishnu Priya is associated with a grassroots organization in Odisha. She is an activist campaigning for the rights of fishermen. Pushpanjali Jaina is associated with Indira Social Welfare, an organization based in Odisha. She has been a part of an anti-liquor movement for over 25 years. She is also involved in natural resource management work in some districts of Odisha. Ram Tarun works with a grassroots organization in Alwar. He works on education of Dalit girls in Rajasthan. Bhimlal Sahu is working in Giridih. He works on promoting education. Also, NFI congratulates the following C. Subramaniam Fellows of last years who have successfully completed the fellowship program. K.S. Nangwani formed groups of physically handicapped people in Kolar district of Karnataka. Nirupa Shah did a comparative study of street beggars and agricultural child labourers in 2 blocks of Ahmedabad district, Gujarat. Ranubala Mohanty worked on livelihood promotion, education, health and peace and justice and equal wages among tribal women. Chaban Singh did work in protecting common property resources from being appropriated by the land mafia in Rajasthan. Pooja engaged in constructive work to empower women and struggle to resist oppressive forces in her area. Sabita Suman organized women to claim their rights to land and fair wages.
हमारे साथी खड़ा और सभी भाई बहनों को मेरा नमस्कार.
Thank you, Mr. Darshan. The National Media Fellowship Scheme was conceived in 1994. The objective of the fellowship is to give voice to the unheard. The National Media Fellowship Program allows young journalists to take time off from their regular beat to research and publish articles, photo essays on issues concerning the less privileged. The objective of the fellowship is to create greater awareness in media about the national development priorities and to strengthen public opinion regarding the need to take positive measures to support people-oriented development. Each fellow is given an award of ₹1 lakh. In its 17th year, NFI Media Fellows have written and taken photographs on issues such as tribal displacement, mining, migration, tobacco-related health, governance, child issues, and the list goes on. I'd also like to acknowledge here the support of our partners, UNICEF, Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, Save the Children, ActionAid, WaterAid, and The Hindu, who have supported the NFI's Media Fellowship program. I'd like to now request Ms. Geeta Shri to join me on stage to share her experience of being an NFI Fellow Geeta Shri is the assistant editor with Outlook. She was awarded the fellowship in 2008 and again in 2010. Geeta Shri.
दोस्तों, मुझे मिनी ने कहा था कि अपनी फेलोशिप के बाद की सक्सेस स्टोरी सुनानी है। मेरी सबसे बड़ी सक्सेस तो यही है कि मैं आप लोगों के सामने इस रूप में खड़ी हूँ कि एक सफल जर्नलिस्ट की तरह दिख रही हूँ। मेरे करियर की, मेरे जीवन की सबसे बड़ी सफलता ये है, और शायद मेरी कहानी किसी परी की तरह ही शुरू होती है NFI के फेलोशिप से। मुझे अब फेलोशिप नहीं मिलना NFI से, इसलिए मैं ये आज बोल सकती हूँ। अगर मुझे कोई उम्मीद होती तो लोग ये कहते कि शायद कोई और दोबारा चांस दोबारा लेने का होगा, इसलिए कह रही, इसलिए ये सारी संभावनाएं ख़त्म हो चुकी हैं। मैंने जब फेलोशिप के लिए अप्लाई किया था तो मैं अपनी उम्र के उस कगार पे खड़ी थी जहाँ से फेलोशिप 1-2 महीने के बाद मिलने का कोई चांस नहीं था। तो मैंने जस्ट चांस लिया। क्यों लिया? कि NFI के बारे में बहुत पहले से जानती थी। मेरे बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स को मिला था, बहुत लोग जुड़े थे, मेरे ऑफिस के मेरे कलीग को मिला था, लेकिन मेरे लिए एक सपने की तरह था, क्योंकि मुझे मैं करियर को बहुत नॉन सीरियस लेती थी, लेकिन कुछ अंदर से करने का जज्बा था। कुछ लीग से हटकर करना चाहती थी, कुछ अलग करना चाहती थी, लेकिन क्या करना चाहती थी शायद खुद ही कंफ्यूज थी। मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि मैं चारों तरफ हाथ पाँव मार रही थी कि मुझे ये भी कर लेना है, मुझे ये भी कर लेना है। ये 5-6 साल पहले की बात है। इन 5-6 सालों में ही मेरी पूरी ज़िंदगी बदल गई। वो अभी बताऊंगी कि कैसे चेंज हुई, कैसे जादू भी होता है, वो कैसे होता है अपने एक फैसले से। मैंने अप्लाई किया, मुझे मिल गया, मुझे फ़ोन आया। मैंने जो फ़ोन करने वाले को सुनाया गया, क्या मजाक है, मुझे क्यों मिलेगा यार। मुझे विश्वास ही नहीं हुआ कि कोई एक फ़ोन कॉल आ सकता है और मुझे इस तरह से मेरी दुनिया बदल जाएगी। और मैंने ट्रैफिकिंग चुना, जो शायद उस वक्त बहुत सारे लोगों को पसंद नहीं था ये सब्जेक्ट की ट्रैफिकिंग। उस समय इतना इशू हॉट भी नहीं था। मैंने ट्रैफिकिंग पे काम करना शुरू किया। एक वीमेन होने के नाते मुझे सबसे दिल के करीब ये सब्जेक्ट लगा कि शायद इसमें मैं ज़्यादा कर पाऊँगी, मैं उन लड़कियों की ज़िंदगी को ज़्यादा समझ पाऊँगी एक औरत होने के नाते। तो मैंने ये सब्जेक्ट लिया, लेकिन ज्यों-ज्यों मैं अंदर घुसती गई, फेलोशिप तो मैंने पूरा कर लिया, अंदर घुसती गई, फेलोशिप पूरा हो गया, लेकिन मैं इस सब्जेक्ट से लौट नहीं पाई, क्योंकि इस सब्जेक्ट ने मुझे और अंदर इतना अंदर अपने लिया कि 1 साल के बाद भी मैं अभी तक उस पर काम कर रही हूँ। और अब नतीजा ये है कि बहुत ज़्यादा, कम से कम इतनी 200 पेज की एक किताब तैयार हो गई है ट्रैफिकिंग पे। वो वाणी प्रकाशन से आ रही है, बुक फेयर में आ जाएगी। उसका नाम है सपनों की मंडी। वो इसके पीछे पूरी तरह से NFI है। लेकिन सिर्फ एक फेलोशिप आपकी ज़िंदगी उतनी नहीं बदलती जितनी कि उसके बाद झड़ी लग जाती है। कि मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि मैं इतना सीरियस काम भी कर सकती हूँ। मुझे खुद पर जो भरोसा जमा, वो सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि थी मेरी। मैं सब पे भरोसा करती थी, खुद को ही नहीं पहचान पाई थी। तो मैं NFI के फेलोशिप के आईने में खुद को देखा और मुझे लगा कि मैं सीरियस हूँ, मैं सीरियस काम कर सकती हूँ। तो कहीं मेरा खिलंदरापन था वो हवा हो गया, और मैं उसके बाद जहाँ भी अप्लाई करती गई, पता नहीं कैसे, मैं किसी ज्यूरी, किसी मेंबर को नहीं जानती थी, मैं कुछ भी नहीं जानती थी। मैं बहुत हल्की फुल्की स्टोरीज करती थी मीडिया में, मैं नहीं किसी को जानती थी, इसलिए ये भी नहीं कह सकती कोई मुझे जानता था या मेरे नाम को जान के दे रहा था। या मैंने जहाँ जहाँ अप्लाई किया, देश का जो भी बड़ा हिंदी मीडिया को मिलने वाला कोई भी फेलोशिप हो, मैंने जहाँ पहली बार अप्लाई किया मुझे फेलोशिप मिला। इस तरह से 6 फेलोशिप मैंने साल दर साल करती रही। 1 साल फिर NFI में अप्लाई किया टोबैको के लिए, ये जानते हुए कि मुझे नहीं मिलेगा, पिक्टोरियल वार्निंग पे। फिर मिला, फिर मैंने 1 साल काम किया। लेकिन क्या ये 6 सब्जेक्ट मेरे साथ ऐसे चिपक गए हैं कि मैं अपने ऑफिस में इन 6 के अलावा कोई काम ही नहीं कर पाती। और थैंक गॉड मेरा ऑफिस इतना अच्छा है, मेरे बॉस को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। ग्रुप बहुत बढ़िया है कि आप जो काम वहाँ करना चाहते हैं आप कर सकते हैं। उसमें बस ये कि आप नयापन होना चाहिए, रूटीन टाइप नहीं होना चाहिए। आप अपने कमिटमेंट के साथ जर्नलिज्म कैसे कर सकते हैं, ये मैंने अपने आउटलुक ग्रुप के साथ सीखा है। इसीलिए मैं पिछले 9 साल से वहाँ हूँ, और अभी फ़िलहाल बदलने का कोई इरादा भी नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं जो करना चाहती हूँ वहाँ से कर रही हूँ। और मेरी कहानी इस तरह से एक धीरे धीरे एक खिलंदर जर्नलिस्ट, एक सीरियस जर्नलिस्ट में तब्दील होने की कहानी है। और थैंक यू NFI, मिनी, सब लोग, अमिताभ जी, पहले भी जो साथी रहे हैं यहाँ, सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मुझ ज्यूरी मेंबर्स सब ने मुझ पर भरोसा रखा और मैंने काम किया। पूरे कमिटमेंट और पूरे शिद्दत के साथ शायद मेरी स्टोरीज इनके पास है, वो इसकी गवाही रहेगी। इतिहास में शायद हमेशा हमेशा के लिए ट्रैफिकिंग की बात होगी तो मेरी स्टोरी जरूर याद रखी जाएंगी। शुक्रिया, आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
This year 11 print journalists and 2 photojournalists have been selected for the fellowship. I would like to request Ms. Sudarshan once again to honor this year's media fellows. Simi Srivastav is a staff reporter with Statesman, Delhi. She will be writing on links. Adil Hassan is a photographer from Delhi and he will be documenting the youth spaces in the Aligarh Muslim University. Pradeep Baisakh is a freelance journalist from Orissa. He will be writing on the right of education in migrant children. This fellowship is sponsored by the Save the Children. Gyo Prakash Chaudhary is a program associate director with Amar Ujala. He will be writing on the educational status of girls. He is also sponsored by Save the Children. Dilip Kumar Sharma works as a staff reporter with Dainik Praboday, Guwahati. He has been supported under the UNICEF NFI partnership and will be working on childhood traps in the coal mines in Meghalaya. Anumeha Yadav is a freelance journalist based here in Delhi. Another of a UNICEF fellow. She will be writing on bonded labor in modern India. Sandeep Kumar works as the producer with Mahua News Channel. He will be working on the educational status of children in the Bigod tribe. He is also sponsored by UNICEF. Hari Krishna is a 4th UNICEF fellow. He is a freelance photojournalist and he has proposed to photo document youth and culture in Malana, a small village in Himachal Pradesh. Vinita Kumar Jaiswal is a correspondent with the Times of India, Orissa. She will be writing on issues of sanitation in Cuttack with focus on women and slums. Her fellowship is sponsored by Rotary. Jisha Elizabeth is the Hindu NFI supported fellow from Kerala. She is a news reporter with the Kochi Bureau and through this fellowship will write on issues of domestic male trafficking. Shobha is a freelance journalist based in Mumbai. She will be writing on BPL and the urban poor in Mumbai. Her fellowship is sponsored by Action Management. Reshma is a freelance journalist from Mumbai again and will be writing on traditional fishing methods in Ratnagiri and community ownership of over marine resources. Her fellowship is sponsored by Action. Amar Jyoti is a correspondent with 7 Sisters Post in Guwahati. He will be writing on community ownership and natural resources in Nagaland. His fellowship is also sponsored by Action. NFI's fellows are expected to publish a minimum of 10 articles or photographs in print media. This is no easy exercise and NFI recognizes the effort, time and passion that goes in completing this fellowship. I'd like to ask Ms. Sudarshan to present certificates to the fellows of last year who have either completed their projects or are in the process of completion. Ravleen Kaur worked on women and agriculture in Ladakh. Soumya Roy wrote on bringing right to education to Maharashtra's migrant children. Meera Devi published articles on right to education in the Bundelkhand region. Aloka researched and wrote on women in the BD industry and the impact of BD industry on the household budget. Sunil wrote on tribal on the verge of extinction in Chhattisgarh. Silva Prakash photo-documented the conflict between the fishermen in the southern India and the Sri Lankan authorities. I would like to recognize them nevertheless. Arup published articles on the adverse impact of mega river projects on the livelihood and lives of farmers in the Northeast, and Nidhi wrote on links between poverty and tobacco. I'd like to now call the panelists for this evening, Mr. Harsh Mandar, Ms. Shoma Chaudhary, and Mr. Sandeep Dixit, for a conversation on media, leadership and social change beyond the Arab Spring and the Anna movement. The conversation will be moderated by Mr. Amitabh Bihar.
It's working now. मैं यूँ तो बहुत अनौपचारिक सा व्यक्ति हूँ, तो इसलिए थोड़ा इनफॉर्मल ही इस कॉन्वर्सेशन को रखेंगे. But let me start first by thanking all of you for coming here, and I'm sure we're going to have a very, very interesting discussion. A very special thanks to the three of you for agreeing to come here. And before we move on to the discussion, I really want to congratulate all the fellows. Since morning and yesterday we've been talking about their work, and I think it's absolutely fantastic work. Very often sitting in Delhi, and very often we end up spending too much time between India Habitat Center and India International Center, and we don't realize the amount of work that's happening at the grassroots. So absolutely fantastic work, and I think let's give them a big hand. Before we move on to the conversation, if you indulge me for a couple of minutes, and because I'm fairly new to NFI, I just want a couple of minutes, and I want to place what NFI is and what NFI's vision is all about. And I'm going to talk of, in my newness, I started reading the old documents of NFI, and I thought there are three core pillars of NFI, and very interesting pillars, which are still very, very relevant. The first pillar, which actually talks of, in India you have very limited philanthropy. Whatever philanthropy you have is largely religious philanthropy or completely family philanthropy. So that's 92. That's not changed significantly. The second was that there was potential for expanding the base of philanthropy, and also new money was going to come in. That was the understanding of the founding mothers and fathers of NFI, which has obviously come true. But you don't have credible, professional agencies to channelize those resources to the site of action. And that, I think, is in many ways still true. But the third, I think, which is the most significant, is the idea of not having enough of strategic philanthropy. So whatever philanthropy that you see in India was largely charity driven, continues to be charity driven, so charity for charity. The idea was not to look at how do you craft a social change process, where you probably would need to invest in research, as well as local mobilization, as well as advocacy, and so on. So that's not happened. And the final thing, that in all this, the idea of supporting social justice issues was extremely, extremely marginal. And that was the reason why NFI was created. I think we're still struggling, and my request to all of you, I can see loads and loads of friends who are extremely critical in terms of their thinking, reflections, resourceful people. I would request you to tell us, how do we take this ahead? I'm very keen that we must focus on social justice philanthropy. You just cannot have all the money still going to charity. We do need money for issues of social justice. Thank you. So that was the NFI introduction. I'm going to move on to the conversation. And if I just look back, what comes to my mind in the last 1 year, I'll just say, oh my God, it's been absolutely monumental. And somebody quoted Lenin. Lenin actually said that sometimes decades pass and nothing happens, whereas sometimes weeks pass and decades happen. So probably that's what we saw in the last 1 year. And there's been a lot of conversation around what's happening. The heat and dust has settled down a little in at least this country. So I want to do this conversation broadly in 3 parts. The first is to try and understand what's happening. So So just making sense of all these changes, absolutely monumental changes. B, then look at what are the implications of all this for us in this country. And 3, how do we respond to this? So that's broadly the 3 ideas with which I hope that we'll hear our respondents give their thoughts. The changes have been absolutely monumental, whether you look at the Arab Spring, the Jasmine Revolution. On the other hand, you have the Occupy movement. It ranges from the US to Spain, and then our own Anna movement. So amongst all this, obviously, this is riding on an economic crisis, a financial global crisis, which was preceded by a fuel crisis, preceded by a food crisis. But there is certainly a global narrative of anger and frustration. So what's really happening? And that's the big question. I'm going to be speaking a lot from the civil society position, notwithstanding Sandeep's harsh criticism of the phrase on the phrase civil society itself. I'm sure he's going to talk about it a little later. I remember 10, 11 years ago we had a long conversation in Nepal. He kept saying, civil society, aap kya kehte hain? So we'll come back to that. So how do you make sense of all this? Let's show me.
That's such a gigantic question, Amitabh, to say, what do I make sense of? Well, to pick on what you spoke